So again, today's practice will be on Manipura chakra. It's our third chakra. It's located between the lower chest and the navel, right? This is your sense of purpose. This is the area it's associated with fire. They also call this area your second brain. This is where you get your gut feelings, right? This is where whenever you have that butterfly feeling or fight or flight feeling, so they call this area your second gut. So we're going to stoke the fire. The color associated with this chakra is yellow, and it translates as lustrous gem. So let's get started. We're going to take some positive action and see if we can stoke the fire of our Manipura. Just a couple more things about Manipura that I wanted to stress upon. This is the powerhouse of the chakra. So it's the third chakra leading up, so bringing from the ground up to the more intellect. The upper three chakras are more intellectual, and the three bottom ones are the grounding, the base. Okay? All right. And also, this is where we form our opinions, right? And so this is the area where we develop the courage to express ourselves, and also to develop some will, some tenacity to go forward during difficult times, right? So if you've ever had the will to do something, right, or a deep desire, your Manipura chakra is where all that is bubbling up. It's like a little pilot light that starts there, and then as you bring more purpose to it, it's like you're stoking the fire, and the purpose becomes more evident and hopefully manifests. Okay, so let's go ahead and come down to your mats. If you're just listening with us, you can just breathe with us, listen along, and learn a little bit more about Manipura chakra. So go ahead and take a seat. You can sit on a block if you like, or a big pillow, or maybe you're just sitting in bed or in your easy chair. I'm going to take the the comments off so I can make sure you can see my feet and everything else that you need to see. So please take a seat. You can sit cross-legged or feet heel to heel, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Whenever we take our seat, we want to have a tall spine, so we don't want to do what I call slumpasana, where we're just hanging out, right? So again, find a nice tall seat. If sitting cross-legged is not comfortable, you could sit on your shins. You can sit however you want, just inviting a tall spine. And then go ahead, close your eyes and place your hands right on your Manipura chakra. So that's the space from the lower chest to the navel. Just place your hands right there, close your eyes. And take a deep breath in and a long sigh out. Right. Just feel your breath move in through the nostrils. You feel this gentle expansion, and then as you exhale from the outside in, just soften in. Just connect your awareness to your breath and to this area of your body. Manipura means lustrous gem. And again, it's associated with fire, and the color is yellow. And then go ahead, take either hand and put it right behind, right? So I'm using the back of my hand right behind the front hand. So you can breathe into the back body. You might not feel as much expansion in the back body, but just bring an awareness around the whole circumference of that area of your body, from the lower chest to the navel. So this is also where we get into the driver's seat here in this area of our bodies. So if you need a mantra for the class for this area, a few of them are, I believe in myself, I am capable, I stand up for myself, whatever might work for you. Or just fire it up, right? Sometimes I just like fire it up. I noticed lately some days I have no intention to do anything purposeful. So that's when I need to stoke the fire a little bit, right? And other days where it's just like go, 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 where I just want to throw a little bit of water onto the fire and calm it down. So there's been extremes lately. So let's see if we can get just the right amount of flame for you during this practice. Take 3 more breaths. It's where we become comfortable with our own power. And we have so much power and potential. Release your hands. And then find your way to your hands and knees, please. Come to your hands and knees. Set your hands below your shoulders. Set your knees below your sitting bones. Okay, and from this one, you're going to take your right leg straight out to the side. Okay, hope you can see me. Straight out to the side. So hip straight out, and your toes will face the camera, okay, or face forward. And then walk your hands out all the way long and just take a deep, long stretch here. So you may feel a nice stretch in your inner thigh, right? Anchor that right foot, lengthen the arms out. Take 2 more breaths. And if you want to envision a little pilot light around that area of your body, that chakra, maybe you start to breathe in and out a little deeper. Come back up. Hands and knees. Good. Keep that leg right out there. Okay, and then go ahead, lift your right arm up and twist open. So the right leg is out, the right arm is up, twist open. Good. Just reach up, take a nice stretch, and then come back down. Bring that leg in, switch sides. So left leg will go straight out to the side, straight out from your hip. Your toes will face forward. Try to anchor the complete sole of the left foot onto the ground. Crawl your arms way out as if you're doing a downward facing dog. Melt the back of the heart and breathe right into the Manipura chakra. You can rest your forehead on the mat if that feels like the right thing to do for you. Take 2 more breaths. And then bring your hands back up, aligned right underneath your shoulders, and then lengthen the left arm all the way up. Reach up. You got it. Take a nice deep stretch there. Good. Bring the hand down. Bring the knee back in. Go ahead, walk your hands out gently. curl your toes behind you, and then go ahead, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Remember in the beginning, start of your practice, in the beginning of your morning, right? Things show up in your body. You might be stiff, you might not. You might be sore from doing something the day before. You might be so ready to move some energy, right? So as you breathe, stoke that fire right around your Manipura. And let's come forward into a high plank, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. So just come forward, moving the energy forward all the way to your tippy toes. Exhale, lengthen hips up and back. Do 3 more. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Inhaling, exhaling. 2 more. You follow the pace of your breath, not my cues. Always honoring the pace of your breath. Good. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg all the way up, hip height. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Pull the energy into the Manipura chakra. Again, inhale, reach the right leg out. Pull it in, knee to nose, press the earth away. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, bring it in again. 2 more times. Inhale, stretch that leg back. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, curl the navel in. 1 more time. Reach it back. Pull it in. And then reach it back. Come forward to high plank. Lower your knees down. Slide your hips back. Child's pose, but an active child's pose here. So come onto your finger pads like you've got tennis balls right underneath your palms. So this really is an active child's pose, balasana, right? So your arms are not resting. Your forehead can rest, but breathe deep. Come back to hands and knees, parallel your legs, curl your toes. Float your hips up. Left leg will lift this time. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Again, inhale, reach it back. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Pull that energy in and up. 3 more rounds. Following your breath, really stoke the fire. You might start to feel some heat building up. That's what we want. I'm going to build that heat. Right, you're going to do a total of 5. And then once you're done with your 5th, come to downward facing dog. Come forward to high plank. Open your knees wide. Slide your hips back. Walk your hands over to the right. So hands will walk over to the right. Stack your left hand on top of your right. Breathe into the whole left side of the body. Anchoring down the left hip crease, the left thigh. So you can open up the left side of the body. Breathe. See if you can stay very relaxed in your face. So when we're moving and we're efforting, we don't want the efforting to show up in our facial muscles and scrunch up. Go ahead, walk your hands to the other side, over to the left side. Place your right hand on top of your left. Anchor deeply into your right hip, right foot and leg, and then just take the time to breathe into the right side of the body. You can rest your head right in between your arms here for support. 1 more breath. Come back up to the center. Hands to the center. Go ahead, curl your toes, lift your hips high again, downward facing dog. On your next exhale, bring your feet to your hands. Feet to your hands. Halfway lift, hands to the shins, or to the ground, or to your thighs. Reach, 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 reach. Interlace your hands behind you. Lengthen your tailbone and your knuckles behind you as you lengthen the side body forward right through the crown of the head. Good. Exhale, fold. Slowly rise all the way up to standing. All the way up you come. Oops. Good. As you exhale, come right into chair pose. Into chair pose. So in chair pose, it's as if you're sitting in a chair, sitting back, right? You're not sure where the chair is, so you're sitting back. As you inhale, you're going to inhale, lift up, exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, and twist. Again, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit into the chair as you twist. Keep moving like that. If you want to do cactus arms, you can do cactus arms. You can do straight arms. Good. So we're just twisting right from the waist. Do a few more. Follow your breath. Stoke up that fire. Good. Next time you come up to the center, exhale, fold all the way down to the ground. Halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back to a high plank position. Very slowly here, you're going to inhale, tap your right knee down, exhale, lift it up. Inhale, tap your left knee down, exhale, up. Keep going just like that. Tapping down on the inhale, lifting up on the exhale, just with the tapping the knees. Very slight tap. Fire up the core center, right? Wrap the muscles around the entire spine. Feel your breath start to get a little elevated, right? Do a couple more. Now see if you can do just for 3. Both knees tap down on the inhale, lift up on the exhale. Both knees tap down on the inhale, lift up on the exhale. One more time, tap down and up and come to downward facing dog. Whew. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing. Good. Exhale, back into chair pose. Right, so sitting the hips back and down, lengthening the heart away from the descending hips. You got it. Good. From here, go ahead, reach your arms out to the side. Way out to the side. And then go ahead, lift your right arm up, twist your left arm underneath. Just for a wide arm twist. Pull the navel towards the spine. Pull the navel towards the spine. Keep moving the hips back. Maybe lifting your toes. Come back to the center. Fly your arms out to the side. Other side. So keep your arms completely straight. We're just twisting right at that center, not at the hips, not at the knees. Right? Just feeling from the navel center up is where the twist originates. Hips back. Reach through your edges, right through all 10 fingertips. Breathe deeply. You got it. Come back to the center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step back to high plank. Come forward. You can lower your knees on the first one if you like. Pull your heart forward. Lower yourself all the way down. Uncurl your toes. Lift the chest, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Take an inhale, exhale, press back up to plank, downward facing dog. Good. Take 3 breaths right here. 3 breaths. Relax your facial muscles. Again, come back to that mantra. Maybe the mantra that I am powerful. I am capable. Good. Step your right foot forward. From down dog, right foot forward. Let's bring the back knee down. Rise up. Just as we did in the beginning, you're just going to twist side to side here. So arms are up. And as you exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, both up. Exhale, reverse. Right arm forward, left arm back. Again, inhale, right arm back, left arm forward. Keep moving just like that. Now, if you want to curl your back toes, and as we're doing this twisting, right, as you reach back, you can lift the knee and then gently lower and lift. Right, take some will and determination. If that isn't working for you, just keep your back knee down, right? But you can decide, do 2 more. As the arms lift up, the knee lifts up, and then you twist. 1 more. Good, bring your hands down to meet your front foot. Lift your back knee. If it isn't, step it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. All the way up. Good. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Halfway lift. As you inhale, exhale, hands down, step back to your plank. Knees up or knees down. Lower yourself, spine lowers together. Good. Pull your heart forward. Slide the heels of the hands back. Exhale, lower down. Take an inhale, exhale, press yourself back up. Downward facing dog. Good. Your left foot will step forward now into the lunge. Good. Let's rise up. You can just do a couple here. Inhale up, exhale. You're going to twist to your right. Inhale up, twist to the left. So again, if you want to bring that back knee up when the arms come up, and then exhale, tap down. Inhale, and exhale. Right? Or you can switch it. I think we did it the other way. I'm not sure. Knee down, arms up. Right? Doesn't matter. Just be purposeful with your movements. Determination, calm determination. Knowing what's right in your body. Knee up or knee down or a combination of both. You make the choice. Just do 2 more. This is also the area where we digest everything. It's called your kitchen. It's like you throw everything into that area. Go ahead, bring your hands down. Good. Lift your back knee up. Good. Step your back foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Just bring your hands down for a moment to pause. So again, they call this the kitchen center. You throw everything into the oven here. This is how you digest the world around you, your feelings, your emotions. So it's very close also to the heart chakra. So sometimes when we have a heartbreak or a heart loss or something, it's connected to the Manipura chakra. That's where we get that nauseated, sick, heartbroken feeling, right? But also, on the other end, when it's stoked, when it's fired up, when you're moving purposefully towards a certain desire or a goal or an aim with good intentions, it ignites the heart and it comes out of love. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Good, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time sit back into chair again. Chair again. Here we go. Hands at the heart. Try not to round the back and collapse, but instead feel the sides of the waist draw back. Feel the spine lengthen. Good. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, take your left elbow or your left forearm to the outside of your right thigh and reach your right arm up. Good. So instead of just folding and collapsing, feel the back of the heart and the back of the ribs lift up so you're nice and strong there. You might feel some sensation in the strength of the legs there. So take an inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, feel that Manipura chakra right above the navel start to twist. That's where it initiates. So right above, right around the right waist, that's what starts to lift up. Good, one more breath. Exhale, fold over your legs. Open your feet a little wider. Interlace your hands behind your back. Press your knuckles back. Rinse your shoulders, maybe releasing your neck a little bit. You got it. Take a deep breath in. Take a long breath out. Release your hands. Sit your hips back to chair pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Right? So it's as if you're sitting your hips back and down into a chair. Toes are lifting. And again, I always like to bring my hands right to my heart so my thumbs connect right to my sternum so I can kind of guide. It's like a self-assist. You can guide your sternum up and forward instead of it collapsing down. Good, so this time you're going to go ahead and take the right arm to the outside of the left thigh. So if the elbow doesn't reach, or if you collapse like that, bring your forearm. You got it. Bring your forearm. Pull the heart forward as the hip creases go deeper to the back. And then as you exhale, bring your awareness right to that center, right above the navel, and let the left waist and the left lung twist up as the right waist and the right ribs and lung follow. Use your breath to twist. Try not to push into it. If we push too much, right, and we get very aggressive, that's excess Manipura. We want to find that nice, beautiful balance. Take 2 more breaths right here. And then release, fold over your legs. Open your feet again. Interlace your hands again. And change the interlace of your fingers so you can switch your pinky fingers. It'll feel unusual. And then go ahead, reach back, rinse out the shoulders. Right, this is where you can relax that center, the Manipura chakra. Take 2 more breaths. Release your hands. Good. Go ahead, walk your hands forward, walk your feet back into a downward facing dog. Let's just flow through. Go ahead, come forward into plank. And then lower knees or not, lower the spine, lower yourself with control. You might be ready to straighten the arms to move into upward facing dog by lifting your legs, pulling the heels of the hands back as you drag your feet forward, and then curl the toes, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Very slowly, lower your knees wide to the edges of your mat, let your big toes touch, and slide the hips back to the heels as you relax for several breaths in Child's Pose, Balasana. Right? So this is where we're going to recharge, reset, right? You prepare here. You prepare with the breath, prepare mentally. Good. All right, let's come back up. Parallel your knees, curl your toes, float your hips back up to downward facing dog. Let's step the right foot forward. Let's anchor the back heel down. Anchor the back heel down. Good. Now before you rise up, I'd like you to invite your spine to move forward and lengthen through the crown of the head. And pull your right outer hip back, and your inner right thigh moves towards the midline, towards the inner left thigh. Rise up to Warrior Two. Strong Warrior Two. This is where we stay for several breaths. Now, if you're not feeling a stretch across your inner thighs here, then let your hips move down. Safely keep the front knee over the front heel. Back foot gets super courageous and strong. And then from the heart, let's do from the Manipura Centra. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and extend out. Extend your will, your determination, your purpose. Gaze right down that right arm. See if you can stay there completely calm for 3 more breaths. Maybe close your eyes. It's like you're shooting forward this idea, wherever you see your life, the tenacity of moving forward. Maybe we're not even sure how to move forward right now, but just the thought of, however I need to move forward, I'm going to do it with my highest intention. Good. Without changing the shape of the legs, go ahead, back hand on the back of the thigh, flip your right palm, and now open up, reach up. So as you reach up, feel your right hip crease deepen down. So you're lifting the right waist right off of the hip and extend that stretch all the way up into your fingers. 1 more breath, everybody. Good. From there, go ahead, bring your hands to your hips, lift your back toes up. Right, so you'll be on the back toes. Check out that your front foot is going parallel, and then just gently shift forward until that back leg lifts. I'm going to keep my hands on my hips. You can even put them right on your Manipura chakra, right? That's the space from lower chest to navel. Good. Now pull the front heads of your arm bones up. You can fly out for warrior 3 there, right? Stay with it. Feel the strength. I always feel this in my right tush right there. You got it. 1 more breath, everybody. And even if the back leg has to come down for a breath or 2, that's what you do so you can get it back up there, right? Try and try and try again. Let's go ahead and do that a few times. Go ahead and tap the back toes down and then lift them up. 2 more. Tap the big toes down, lift them up. 1 more. You got it. You got it. Right? So not too many things come without hard work. Step back, reach the arms up, warrior 1. Good, bring the hands down, step the right foot back, plank pose, lower yourself down. Lift the heart into a cobra or upward facing dog. And then breathe your way back to plank and downward facing dog. So 5 breaths right here. And again, if you need to take the child's pose, maybe for a breath or 2, or maybe for all the breaths, this is what you do, right? Sometimes we need to rest and recoup to stoke the fire, right? Sometimes when you feel tired and exhausted, that is a sign that perhaps you need to rest. Now, if you feel tired and exhausted for a long period of time, maybe that's a sign that perhaps you need to get up, throw a little bit of heat, turn that pilot up a little bit higher. Okay, from downward facing dog. Go ahead, step your left foot forward this time. Same procedure, second side. Go ahead, anchor the back heel down, but before you rise up, front knee over front heel, pull that outer left hip back, and left sitting bone moves to your right, to the inner right thigh. And then you can go ahead, rise up to warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Again, if you're just here, right, nothing's happening, you don't feel the stretch, you don't feel the power and the purpose of the strong legs and feet, get down so you can feel the stretch right there. And then from the Manipura chakra, inhale and exhale, stretch out through all your edges. Breathe here. Breathe here. Sometimes when I'm in Warrior Two, I think as I'm gazing down the long front arm, right out through the middle finger, what do I envision? Where do I envision myself moving forward to? And where am I moving away from? The back arm signifies the past. The front arm signifies the future. You're right in the present, right in the center. You got it. 2 more breaths. Strong, centered, purposeful. Good. Go ahead, back hand, support yourself, flip the front palm and reach up. Reverse warrior. Good. Stay there. And as the left sitting bone and thigh descend, you invite more lift from the left waist all the way up the arm. So nothing is flopping around. Everything is ignited here. Also get your sense of worth when you feel powerful, when you feel strong, right? 1 more breath, everybody. Exhale, bring your hands down. Step back to your plank. The flow is always optional. It's kind of like it's an in-between flow, so you can move away from those poses, breathe in, and move to the next sequence. But if you need child's pose, then you honor what you need and you take that. Okay. Wherever you're at, downward facing dog or child's pose, let's enjoy 5 breaths. From there, very slowly lower your knees down. Good. And then we're going to come into a seat, moving into boat pose, Navasana. So Navasana stokes up your abdominals and your core, right? The core to me is all the muscles that surround your spine. So from here to your tailbone is your entire core. It's not just here, okay? So let's just first bring your hands behind your knees. Roll your shoulders back and down and balance right there in your sitting bones. So if you need to leave your toes on the ground, you can leave your toes or your feet on the ground. Even here with your feet on the ground and you're extending your spine up, you feel how much work the core has to do to sit up. So even with the hands behind the knees, even right here is a completely strong boat pose, right? I am working my core so much just keeping the spine lifted. This is where the fire starts to go out because we're not doing anything. We're collapsing the organs on top of each other. So lift up. Maybe you sit back. Maybe you keep hold of the back of the legs. Keep the spine and the heart lifting. If you're able, see if you can parallel your shins. I like to think of toes, knees, and heart on one level. Maybe you release one arm. Maybe you release both arms. Maybe you say, forget about that. Sometimes I put my hands on my outer shins and squeeze. Sometimes I reach, sometimes I pray. Sometimes I hold here. And the shaking is good. This is what you're stoking the fire. Breathe. Maybe you want to extend one leg and then the other leg, like invisible bicycle. Oof. Right? I'm going to use my hands here. Doing it with you. Stoking the fire. You got it. Okay. Ugh. Take a moment. Bring your legs in. Wrap your arms around. Get tiny like a little ball. And then lift the heart. If your feet are farther apart, that's okay, or farther in front of you, that's okay too. All right, everybody, all the way down, we're going to do some, I call them Frankenstein sit-ups. Okay, so My feet are flexed. Sitting up nice and tall. Tall lifted spine. As you exhale, you're going to curve out from the belly. You're going to round and try to feel each vertebrae onto the mat, all the way down. As you inhale, your arms will reach back behind you. As you exhale, imagine someone has your wrists and they're pulling your wrists up. You're curving out, carving out the center all the way up. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, carve it out. Pull the navel, pull the Manipura chakra back towards the spine, all the way down. As you inhale, arms back. As you exhale, press the navel down. Bring your will. If you need to help yourself with your hands, help yourself with your hands to get up, right? We all need support in the beginning, so use it. Keep going at your own pace. Right? Inhale to reach the arms back. Exhale, imagine I've got your wrists and I'm helping you by grabbing your wrist, pulling you up, then inviting the wrists up. Good. 3 more, everybody. Frankenstein sit-ups. Maybe smile while you're doing this, right? You can imagine young Frankenstein, right? The Mel Brooks movie. Get strong here. All right, get in the driver's seat. The next time you come up to the center and extend the spine up, stay here. This time when we exhale, you're going to go down just to the point where you start to shake. So we're not going all the way down. So you're going to go down until you start to quiver and shake, right? Relax your shoulders, right? If it's too much, you can always put your hands here, maybe lift one elbow up at a time. Carve it out. Relax your head. Get to that point where you're shaking. Scoop out. Press the Manipura down. You've got this. 3 more breaths, everybody. 2 more breaths. Relax your jaw. 1 more breath. And release. Oh, good. Pull your knees into your chest gently. Woo. All right, just rock it out a little bit. Here we go. 1 more. We're going to stoke the fire before we chill out, okay? So legs up. Let's bring the hands behind the head. I'd like you, as best you can, to keep your elbows as wide as possible. Elbows wide as possible. Go ahead and very slowly lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Without bringing your elbows forward, press your elbows back and press your skull into your hands. Good. Good. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lower the right leg, bend the right knee, and go opposite elbow past the knee. Think of bringing the elbow up, up, up. Good. Inhale, both legs up, shoulders and head up. Exhale, left leg down. Pull the right knee to your nose and lift the left elbow up, up. Good. Slow and controlled. Inhale, both legs lift. Exhale, right leg goes forward, left knee pulls in, right elbow lifts up. Squeezing right. Good. Inhale, switch. Exhale, left leg down, right knee in, left elbow up. Good. Keep going just like that. So these are super slow motion bicycles. Super slow motion bicycles. Right. Two more, everybody. Go for it. 2 more. You got it. Deep breath. Stoke your fire. Give the energy that you need by fueling the last 2 with your breath. You're doing it. Perfect. Okay, when you're done, pull your knees into your chest and just give yourself big circles. Woo. Release, release, release the low back, any tension accumulated there, and then reverse the circle of your knees. And that sense of accomplishment when you finish doing any strong movements, whether it's physical or mental, this is where our will, right? We have to be focused, determined, sometimes doing the things that we don't necessarily want to do, but the hard stuff, right? The sense of purpose, your sense of capability, right? It stokes you to move farther, to go farther, and it gives you that confidence and that sense of purpose, which is so needed. And especially right now, we're not sure, many of us, how to move forward or what will happen, and that's okay. Okay, so let's stretch out the abs a little bit. So go ahead, extend your legs. You're going to roll to the side and put your hands right underneath your tush. Each side, hands underneath your tush. Move your elbows underneath you. Press down into your hands, your forearms, and your elbows. And then you can stay right here and just lift the chest. And sides of the throat move back. I'm not placing weight on my head. I'm just gently bringing it down to the ground. What I'm really doing is pressing down into my elbows, forearms, and hands, lifting the heart. It's called Matsyasana, fish pose. One more breath, stretching out, opening up. And then releasing that, releasing your hands. Bring your knees, bend your knees, heels towards your sitting bones. Just go ahead and press gently up into Setu Bandhasana, which is bridge pose. I like to continue to use my shoulders, elbows. I also walk the elbows and the upper arm bones in, right? So the only thing that's connected are my feet, elbows, triceps, shoulders, and back of skull. No part of my spine is on the ground. Some of you might be able to roll your shoulders underneath you, interlace your fingers. If the whole arm, wrist, and fingers do not connect with the mat, then leave them open. Good. Just stretch it out and then slowly lower down. Pull your knees into yourself. Give yourself a big hug. Yeah. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, open your feet to happy baby. A couple ways you can do happy baby. You can grab, what are these? Ankles, back of knees, outside of feet. I like to wrap my arms inside and then to the outside of my shins and gently use the back of my elbows to guide my thigh bones to the outside of my ribs. And a little rocking here. Happy baby. Ananda means blissful. Balasana, child's pose. Release. Take your knees together. Let them float over to the right. Extend your left arm out. Take a deep breath in. Take a long breath out. Sigh right out through your mouth. Let go of the work. Right, we're going to cool the fire down now. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh out. One more deep breath in and a long breath out. Bring your knees back up to the center. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, allow them to float to the second side. See if you can allow your feet, your legs to be heavy. So we start to, the fire was burning, 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 and now it's just calming down, right? Starting to slow down. To cool down. To rest. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a long breath out through your mouth. Just feel your breath naturally moving in and out. Bring your knees back into the center. Extend your legs straight out, so bring your heels to the corners of your mat, the end of your mat. Allow your feet to fall open. If you have something to place underneath your knees or your legs, your knees particularly, it will help to relax the low back a little bit more if you're sensitive there in that area. Arrange your arms so they're equal distance away from your body, not too far away, not too close, just where you feel the shoulders can just sigh and release out. Palms rolled up. Just breathe in and tell yourself that this Tuesday, this new day has been offered to you. And you're here to live it. Take another deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh out, and invite even more surrender. Feel the flames start to diminish so you can rest. Just go back to that small pilot light that resides in that chakra, your lustrous gem. And begin to release any struggle you have muscularly. Begin to release any struggle you may have mentally, and you do that by just observing your breath. Treat this final resting pose with tenderness and respect, that after you put the work in, you rest. You rest as well as you work. Release the struggle with your body. See if you can practice true love in relationship to your body. Respect it for the miracle that it is. Just offer your entire body this relaxation, this rest, and this peace. Just say to your body, I know you're there for me, and I want to be there for you. Thank your body. Thank your heart. And thank this moment. I hope you're able to stay in this final resting position for a few more minutes, or as many as you're able to. This is the most important pose of your practice. If you need to move forward in your day, you can find your way to a comfortable seat like we began. Take your time. I want to thank you so much for practicing with us here at Balance. You can check out any of our Balance live classes. We appreciate the $8 virtual pass. We're at balancewebster.com. I hope you have a beautiful day ahead. And until we meet again, Namaste.